The last weaving Nai, an aging master weaver, lived in a humble wooden house on the outskirts of a quiet village in northern Thailand. The village was once famous for its traditional textiles, the intricate patterns passed down through generations. But as time went on, fewer and fewer people appreciated the ancient craft. Machines now did what skilled hands once accomplished, and the younger generation, eager for progress, had moved on to factory work. Nai was the last in her family who still weaved in the traditional way. Her loom sat in the center of her home, a creaky old thing made of wood, but with the capacity to create magic. Nai's hands were once quick and deft, but now they trembled with age. Still, she persisted, determined to create one last piece before her body gave out. It would be a tapestry of her life, a final tribute to her ancestors and the gods they worshipped. Each morning, Nai would sit at her loom, weaving thread by thread, but something was wrong. No matter how careful she was, the thread would snap, the patterns would twist, and her progress unraveled as quickly as it began. At first, she thought it was just the wear of old age, but then strange things started happening. The loom creaked even when she wasn't touching it, and at night she would hear soft whispers, like the voices of those long gone. Nai knew the stories, how the first weavers were said to be guided by the spirits of the land, their looms blessed by the gods. Her mother had once told her that the loom could weave not just fabric, but fate itself. Nai began to wonder if her loom had become possessed, weaving its own will into her work. One evening, after hours of struggling, Nai noticed something strange. Though her thread had broken, a pattern had begun to emerge on the cloth, one she hadn't intended. It was a symbol, ancient and powerful, one she recognized from the temple carvings. As she studied the cloth, she realized that the loom was not working against her, but was trying to communicate. It was weaving the story of her ancestors, a tragedy buried deep in her family's history. Determined to understand the message, Nai delved into the village's past, speaking to the few remaining elders. She learned that her great-grandmother had once woven a tapestry to protect the village from a terrible drought. But in her haste, she had angered the spirits by using sacred patterns without the proper rituals. The curse had followed Nai's family for generations, causing misfortune and death. To complete her final tapestry, Nai had to atone for her ancestors' mistakes. Guided by the patterns emerging on her loom, Nai sought out the old rituals, praying to the gods, offering sacrifices, and performing the dances she had long forgotten. As she worked, the loom no longer fought her, and the tapestry began to take shape, a masterpiece of color and light, depicting not just her life, but the lives of all those who had come before her. When she finished, the village experienced an unexpected miracle. The drought that had plagued them for months ended, and the once dry fields were flooded with water. Nai's tapestry had restored balance, and as the rains fell, she felt her soul at peace, knowing she had finally honored her ancestors the right way.